I am certain that you have all felt negative energy in the past. This negative energy can be the result of your own personal beliefs, or the result of the beliefs and intentions of the people around you. Negative energy can be felt in different ways. Some people, for example, feel certain physical symptoms like tenseness or low blood pressure. Many feel negative energy as emotions, either feeling depressed, scared, or angry. Oftentimes, people that feel negative energies as emotions believe that they are the ones who are feeling angry or scared for some reason, while in fact, these emotions have been projected upon them. Some people experience negative energy by being flooded with negative thoughts that seem to come out of nowhere and tend to be very negative in nature. When these feelings just materialize seemingly from nothing, you must realize that it is quite possible that these emotions, thoughts, and physical symptoms can be the result of external projections, that is, negative energy that others are feeling and that you are picking up on. In this video I want to get very specific as to the source of these negative feelings, and also I want to discuss how to stop them, so that you have a set of techniques to be able to eventually neutralize them permanently. This is no small task, because in this modern age, we have access to so much media, and are being surrounded by more and more people every day, as the human population increases at a faster and faster rate. As a result of these factors, in this modern age, the awareness and maintenance of negative energy is a very necessary process, and it is also a continual one. In order to begin, you must realize that all negative energy, whether it's yours or external in nature, is caused by your personal beliefs. While it might seem that external negative influences are beyond your control, this is not the case. You can stop these negative emotions by realizing what beliefs you have that are leading you to feel these foreign projections so strongly. It is quite possible to be able to feel these foreign projections and be completely unaffected by them at the same time. You can do this by becoming more aware of your internal feelings and beliefs, and in this way begin to understand the energies that surround you. An understanding of your beliefs will allow you to control your personal reality and expand your awareness by realizing that these are not your personal feelings, but the feelings of the people around you. To begin, you must be willing to explore the negative feelings that you are having, instead of trying to suppress them. This can be a difficult thing at first, and perhaps something that you might not want to try in certain situations. For example, it might be easier for you to ride the wave, as it were, during critical times, when you need to be at your best, and you need to focus more on the present moment. There will be times though, when you will be able to explore these negative feelings, and this is the time when you must not suppress these negative sensations, or ride through them, but let yourself experience them fully. In this way, you will be able to discover what these feelings and thoughts are trying to tell you about your beliefs. For example, let's say that while you are riding a bus, you are struck by an incredible feeling of dread. If you are able, it is better that you let yourself experience this emotion completely. By allowing this emotion to have complete and free reign, you are able to use it as a natural impetus to find why you are feeling this way. While you are feeling these emotions, pay close attention to the kind of thoughts that you are having. These are great clues as to what is causing this emotion. Also, ask yourself why you are feeling what you're feeling, question yourself, and look into your psyche to find the reason for your emotional outburst. By feeling your emotions, following them, and questioning yourself, you will eventually be able to discover the belief behind this emotion. For example, it could be that you believe that people are dangerous, and that you should always be careful, and stay on your toes around them. This belief might even hide deeper beliefs about what you think people are generally, and this might lead to an unearthing of all sorts of other personal beliefs about the human species in general. It is also possible that as you feel these fearful sensations, and follow the thoughts and emotions that present themselves, that you discover thoughts and explore possible future circumstances that seem quite alien to you. For example, you might see thoughts of the bus crashing, and perhaps even very specific thoughts having to do with taking care of children, or being responsible for another person. If as you explore these thoughts, you get a very good sense that these thoughts are alien, because maybe you have absolutely no fear and no beliefs about the dangers of public transportation, then you can begin to realize that these are external projections, and that you are essentially picking up on the thoughts and emotions of others. By discovering your personal beliefs, you become very aware of your own self, and your own belief structure. You can in this way either discover what beliefs you have that are causing these negative emotions, or discover the fact that you are indeed feeling external projections from others. Discovering these beliefs can be a very monumental thing for you. It can be sort of like having a eureka moment, where a great revelation has been made by you. You must explore these beliefs in a logical manner, and figure out if these beliefs are fundamentally positive, or negative to you personally. You do this by asking yourself if this belief has a positive purpose. There are beliefs that might cause us to feel what we consider negative emotions, but that are in reality quite constructive. For example, it could be the case that you have a fear of buses, because the buses in your area are quite unsafe, and a belief in this fact that they are unsafe is actually helping you become more mindful, so that you can be prepared for a possibly dangerous situation. It can also be the case that this belief is actually old, and is something that you should now learn to get over. For example, it could be that you are scared of public buses, because as a child you experienced a disturbing situation in one, and from that point believed that all public buses were unsafe. As an adult you must get over this belief, because in many ways it might no longer be applicable. Personal beliefs can be quite complex like this, or they can be quite simple. It is up to you to discover the nuances of your personal life, and your individual belief structure. If you are dedicated enough, you can discover these beliefs, and trace them deeply into your psyche, which will allow you to experience incredibly powerful personal revelations. If you discover that these beliefs are no longer applicable, and that they are serving no purpose at all, that they are just providing negative energy, and therefore are just a hindrance, you must then take action to change this belief, so that you are able to stop negative energy from manifesting in your life. There are a number of ways that you can do this, and I will give you the 3 that are the best in my opinion. Experiment with these, and see which works best for you. First, the first method to change beliefs is to use good old-fashioned logic. I personally like this method for changing beliefs the best, because it is very straightforward, and if you have a logical mind, it can become a very powerful way to get rid of unwanted beliefs, and to change them to beliefs that are more constructive to you personally. In the logical method, what you are trying to do is to have an honest discussion with yourself. Having discovered your beliefs, you logically ask yourself if this belief is constructive. You break down the reasons why this belief is or is not constructive, and you realize in a fully conscious way that this certain belief must go or stay. You then come to logical conclusions as to what beliefs would be better suited in your new situation. You tell yourself that you have the power to change these beliefs as easily as you can move books on a shelf. Through this personal realization, you can tell yourself in a bold and firm manner that the old negative belief is illogical, and that this new belief is truly the correct one. Through this action alone, you can eliminate old beliefs by making old negative beliefs illogical and replacing them with far more logical and constructive ones. Second, another way to change your beliefs is through affirmation. If you have realized what your belief is, and you have surmised that this is a negative belief that you want to change, you have done a great deal of the logical work that is involved in changing a belief. It is possible, though, that you might want to use a stronger technique because of the intensity of this negative belief, which might be old and therefore deeply rooted in your psyche. Affirmation is definitely a stronger method, and one that is very good at changing beliefs, even old neurological patterns of thought. In order to use this method effectively, I suggest that you come up with a positive phrase that concisely states your new belief. For example, a new belief affirmation phrase could be, I believe that public buses are safe and secure. I believe that people are good at heart, and always have good and fair intention. This simple set of statements can begin to alter your beliefs, and change your neurological patterns if it is done correctly. Third, the final method that I'm going to tell you about, that can be very powerful indeed at changing belief systems, is the technique of unbending intention. In this method, you use a form of concentrated effort into a particular intention. How this works is that you pretend for 5 to 10 minutes that a certain thing is true. In order to perform this technique effectively, I suggest that you find a nice quiet place where you will not be disturbed, and in this place begin to realize that your intentions, at this moment, can change future beliefs, and therefore can even change future outcomes. Focused intention on a particular belief can begin to neurologically pattern that belief into your mind, and as a result begin to create new external probabilities. For example, you could focus your mind completely on the above affirmation, and for 5 to 10 minutes, using all your effort, make yourself believe with every cell of your being that this statement is true right now. Making yourself believe that this statement is true can be quite taxing, and there is no big need to do it for more than 5 to 10 minutes. This method of unbending intention can change an old belief into a new one in very short time. It's possible that you might perform this technique once and get results almost instantly. It is also the case that you might need to do this technique for longer periods of time, perhaps once a day for a week. The most likely scenario, though, is that you will need to do this technique once, forget about it for a week or so, and then repeat it again. You must find your own frequency by exploring your feelings, and determining if work on your new belief requires a little more effort. The best way to do this technique is to perform it, and then try and forget about it as much as possible, until you feel that you need to do it again. How you know that any of these 3 methods are successful is by how they change your feelings and thoughts. These methods should change your beliefs, and therefore change how you feel. They will change the thoughts that you have about certain situations. If old emotions come back, you must again go through the process of identifying what beliefs are causing these emotions. Keeping yourself vigilant in this way, you can continually explore your own psyche and determine what course of action you need to follow in order to create the kind of beliefs that will empower you in the future. These empowering beliefs should allow you to stop feeling the negative energy that you had been feeling in the past, completely eliminating your old anxieties. As I had told you before, it is quite possible that some of the negative energy that you perceive is from outside yourself and has nothing to do with you, but is actually the result of projected negative energy that you have tuned into. By understanding your beliefs, you can do one of two major things. You can change your beliefs so that you do not have to experience this negative energy, and therefore you do not have to experience the negative trauma. Or you can learn to be far more aware of these external influences and the power of your own telepathic ability. In this way, working on your beliefs can stop the influence of negative energy permanently. It is up to you to decide what you want and how you want to progress in your life. A good affirmation to work with when trying to deal with foreign negative energy is, I only respond to positive influences. Beliefs, then, are the causes of all this negative internal energy, and help us to identify and block the external negative energy that you feel. I have given you a good technique on how to discover these beliefs. I have also given you 3 very powerful ways that you can use to change these beliefs, so that you can let go of old negative ones, and replace them with new beliefs that are far more empowering, and suit your purposes better. I hope that with this knowledge, you will be able to empower yourself, following your own path to a happier future.